Hey guys, this is your host Alex Stanek for Game Til Dawn. I wanted to open this show real quick by letting you guys know that when we recorded this, we weren't actually on iTunes, but literally hours after we got done, they put us on iTunes. So don't listen to us when we say we're not on iTunes. We're on iTunes. Go to podcasts and search Game Til Dawn, and you'll find us every week there on Thursdays. Thanks, and enjoy the show.
Test recording for Game Til Dawn. Welcome back, viewers, as we get on to this crazy E3 predictions week. How are you feeling? I'm feeling a little spazzed out and high on cocaine. That's okay. Let's get this rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again on Game Til Dawn. This is episode 2. My name is Alex Stadnick, and I'll be your host today. Sitting across from me, as always, is the wonderful Joey Edward Iverson. Joe, how are we feeling today?
I'm feeling real good. How are you?
I am fantastic. What have you been up to this week?
Playing a lot of Witcher still.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Very nice. Over Skype, we have the wonderful Clayton Marty. Clayton, how are we?
I'm doing good again. Always great.
Always great. Good to hear. What have you been playing this week? What have you been doing?
I was actually at home for the weekend, so unfortunately not as many games as I'd like. But
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, well. You should be. So on today's show, we're recording this on a Tuesday, so we are a week away right now from what is second Christmas to the three of us.
Oh yeah.
E3, the big one.
This is
biggest one.
This is actually first Christmas for me because.
Did you not get toys?
Yeah. No.
Well, I mean, technically, E3 comes before Christmas in the year.
That is
yeah,
true. So it could be. It is first Christmas, I guess. Yeah. Well, anyways, so on today's show, we are going over what we're excited to see at E3, what we think will be at E3 that's not announced. We'll lob up couple of crazy threes, couple, out there predictions.
Half-court shots.
Half-court shots. Yes, there you go. And if they go in, we look pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So, we are going to get right into that right after the break. Welcome back. That intro went a lot quicker and a lot smoother than last time.
Yeah,
we're getting
definitely.
We're getting a little better at this.
We're almost professionals.
Psych. No, the other thing I forgot to mention in the intros is I just want to thank everyone who supported us and gave us shout-outs on episode 1. I think as of this recording, we had about 50 views on SoundCloud. I think we had about 15 on YouTube. So yeah, that was awesome, and the response we got from especially the Kinda Funny community was
really good.
Was awesome. So I just want to take a second to thank all you guys who actually took a second and even listened to like 5 minutes of it. So I hopefully we got some lifetime listeners, but we'll see. So we're gonna dive right in.
I just want to say, and shout out to I might butcher your last name, but to Dakota Rainier, the dude that claimed he is now our super fan and wants a T-shirt with our logo on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're the true MVP. You're the true MVP, buddy. So
you the real MVP. You the real MVP. Yeah. Well, once we actually have money in our pockets, maybe we'll.
I agree. That is
make
a great
shirts.
idea too.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I do.
That'd be awesome.
I do. So also, probably should have said this in the intro, but as of right now, we are not on iTunes, but we are submitted.
Yep.
And apparently, it takes 1 to 2 weeks to get approved on iTunes. So as soon as that comes out, we will let you know. But all right, enough with the intro. Moving on, Joe.
Yeah.
We'll get into predictions later, but tell me what you're excited to see at E3. The stuff that you know is going to be there.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited about obviously Halo 5, and I know you guys are going to also be excited about that.
Good start.
Yeah.
I think they're probably going to show more campaign and multiplayer because there hasn't been a lot about that. There's just been those little teasers and all that stuff, which is exciting because I think the campaign is going to be awesome.
Yes, I agree. They showed, I think it's about a month ago now, they showed the cover art, and it had the pictures of Chief and Locke. Yeah. And then under them it had two different sets of 3 Spartans apiece. And what people are thinking, do you remember this?
Yeah, I do.
What people are thinking is it's John's squad from when he was like starting up as a Spartan. What? It was they introduced them. They introduced the 3 they introduced the 3 in the book Fall of Reach. And someone can fact check me, but I believe that's because that's the story of that's John's origin story.
Yeah,
I believe.
I read half of that book.
Yeah,
I actually have yours.
Oh, very nice. So that's really exciting because these guys, if I remember correctly, these guys were even more badass than Chief in some regards. Like one's a sniper, the other is like insanely fast. So this could be interesting. Yeah. And the other rumor that I heard and saw, which I don't know if I believe, is that there was an ODST trooper under Locke's picture, and the rumor is that that's Buck.
From ODST.
From ODST.
Cool. Okay.
Nothing substantial, obviously, but that's just what I was seeing on those damn interwebs.
Yeah. So maybe there is a little alternate motive for them releasing ODST for us.
Yeah. So just like we started our show with Halo 5, do you think Microsoft opens with Halo 5?
Oh, yeah.
I think they have to.
It's either an opener or a closer.
One
That's
of the
the
two.
thing.
But
and it's probably going to be an opener, though.
I would say so as well. They've already given it so much, public. Somebody find the word for me because I'm
Publicity?
Publicity.
Publicity.
You're close.
You were close. Yeah.
Publicity. Right there.
Yeah. No, I definitely think they open with it. It's not a secret. It's not like people don't expect this. So I think to get the show rocking, I think you start with like a cutscene with the 4-player co-op or whatever it needs to be to get people hyped and going.
A good, decent demo of maybe a campaign mission would be.
And then so they'll do probably campaign mission and then they'll do a trailer which will show multiplayer maps and stuff like that.
Do you think they're going to try
probably ones?
Do you think they're going to try to have another playlist or game type in there, kind of like a firefight, or what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I could see them for sure having another multiplayer type of game. Try something new, something fresh. But I don't know. 343 really hasn't embraced firefight. They didn't even include it in Chief Collection.
Maybe they'll try to rip off a Call of Duty and kind of do like a Covenant Nazi zombies.
Or a Flood. No, dude.
That'd be actually really sick.
Oh,
that'd actually be really interesting.
I'd be down.
I don't ever want to play the Flood.
I don't like
I'd be down
games,
with
but
that.
I'd be down for that.
I'd be down.
I hate the Flood so much. Anyways, I hope that doesn't happen. But anyways, so yeah, let's stay on Microsoft. So obviously Halo 5.
Yep.
I think we finally see Crackdown in all of its glory, which gets me so hyped.
You think extended gameplay demo possibly?
Not extended, but at least we are going to see gameplay because unless they're that far off of the game, which it doesn't sound like. I think someone asked Phil Spencer on Twitter the other day where Crackdown was, and he said it's moving along pretty well. Yeah. And obviously he's not going to be like, we've had massive delays and problems.
Right.
But I think that game's coming along, and I think you can bet on seeing that. I think their fall lineup next year will include Crackdown.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
by
I think
fall of 2016 for sure.
I think, it's 2016, either fall or unless it's fast tracked and moving along really well, maybe we see that in late spring next year.
I think Crackdown would benefit from the Dying Light area of year where there's not much going on. And Crackdown 2 kind of underwhelmed, so people might not be as excited about Crackdown 3.
It does have something to prove,
You know what I think?
So they might want to come out at a time of the year where there's not a lot going on.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Clayton?
I was gonna say I think it'd be kind of cool if they put a beta for Crackdown inside Halo 5 Guardians, just like to give it like an homage to Halo 3.
To Halo 3.
That actually would be awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
You've played video games.
I have played video games.
Once or
actually,
twice.
I just did a quick Google search.
Yeah, and I think that game has potential in public relations and marketing, when you put things into trailers, you do it for a very specific reason. You don't just throw things in like, oh, that looks cool, throw that in. Yeah. You do like in the Fallout trailer. There was a reason they ended it with your character speaking.
Talking.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's reasons people put things in the trailers as obvious as that sounds, but people don't really think about that.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to have crazy building, smashing trucks and just destruction on that scale? Because if it is, I'm so in. I was already in because Crackdown is one of my probably top 10 favorite games of all time. But that elevates it to another level.
If you can drive a semi into a building to kill someone,
sold,
and then the building falls.
Yep.
Yes. I'm in.
Yes.
I will pay $120 for that game.
Wow. You heard it here. If for some reason Phil Spencer's randomly listening to this, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I know, right?
Raised it
He's like, guys,
it's 120 now. It's 120.
So we need to do that.
The fans want to pay that much.
But Crackdown is definitely my most. I would say obviously Halo 5, but like Crackdown's I'm most excited to see that. Yeah. What else do I have on my list?
And I'm going through the list here, and I see some others. I'm excited for the next Tomb Raider.
Yes, that's on my list as well.
Yeah. I have a question about that to you guys. Do you think that's going to be at Microsoft or Square Enix or both?
Both.
See, I think that's overkill.
Nope, because think about it last year. Microsoft had Assassin's Creed Unity demo.
Yeah.
And they showed off a chunk of the game or whatever.
Sure.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what the crowd said.
Yeah.
And then at Ubisoft, they showed another portion of the game.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not like, you got to figure that because Microsoft's first, they'll show off a decent chunk of it, and then I would say, but see that's tough because we don't know what Square Enix has.
Yeah. And
I just saw something, and I could be wrong, but I saw something. Final Fantasy is not going to be at E3. Final Fantasy 15. There was 2 games that I read that surprised me, and once again, you can fact check me. Actually, I'm gonna fact check myself real quick.
What the hell are they gonna show?
I know. That's what I was thinking, because
that really makes me think Final Fantasy's not coming out this year. If they're not showing it at E3,
yeah, but like, then what else?
Shit.
What else do they? You're right there.
Yeah.
You have a mic malfunction.
Almost broke my mic.
That makes me think we're gonna have to. They're showing off a big chunk of Kingdom Hearts. They have to.
I would.
Yeah,
what else? They have to. Because think about that.
Okay, no, I actually have some other things though too on my list.
Should we finish Microsoft first?
Okay, yeah, fine.
Sorry, we got distracted.
No,
everyone.
Yeah.
But going back to Tomb Raider, I have a category on what needs to be at E3. Tomb Raider needs to be at E3, and we need to see something. Otherwise, people are going to get really upset.
We need to see a 10-15 minute gameplay demo of that game. We need to see how different it is from the first one, so that people actually like want to buy it. Yeah. Maybe even sell some Xboxes because
Well, this is their adventure game. This is their Uncharted.
Yeah.
At least for a year, because I think that's a year exclusive or something like that. Yeah. And then
I don't know. Is it?
It's something like that.
Full exclusive? Oh, it is timed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So eventually it'll be on PS4, but I don't think for like a solid amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. According to GameSpot, I just pulled it up. No Final. Jeez.
Words are tough.
No Final Fantasy 15 trailer at E3, but big Gamescom plans confirmed. So that we'll get into that in a bit.
Okay, so then maybe they're all right then.
The other game, and this is Microsoft, that I was surprised that they're not showing, is Quantum Break.
Thank you. I was going to touch on that.
That was on my list of things I was most excited for.
Yep. No, it's unfortunate. I don't know much about that game. I know Remedy is a phenomenal developer.
Alan Wake is one of my favorite games.
Yeah, and so that's they're coming. They said they have Gamescom plans, and they'll show off there. And it's an anniversary for them. I think it's Remedy's 20th year or something like that. Wow. So yeah, that's bittersweet to me because if Microsoft is that confident, where they don't need to show off Quantum Break, excuse me, jeez, I'm struggling right now, then that means they have a pretty massive selection of games that they're going to show off.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, excuse me.
Gosh,
that bean burrito for breakfast is coming back at you, huh?
I had a hard-boiled egg.
Oh, God.
It was lovely.
Great.
They must be banking on Fable Legends.
Yeah.
That must be what they're banking on.
There's the 2 other games. I mean, you've got Forza 6, too. Forza.
Yeah, Forza always sells.
Yeah, those are the other 2 games on my list that we'll for sure see. Fable Legends I have a question mark on because their marketing and their messaging on that is really not good.
It's diluted. It doesn't make any sense.
And the problem is I don't think people know what it is, and I don't think people care anymore.
No.
The press The press early on was bad. They said, "What is this? This isn't Fable.
This isn't.
This isn't.
It's not Fable. It's not.
It's completely not." And I don't understand for the life of me. Like I understand wanting to try new things, and
this is not that new thing you should be trying.
Why? Because when people thought, at least in the early to mid 2000s, what did you think the pillars of Microsoft were? It was Halo. It became Forza. Mm-hmm. It was Gears. And then there were Fable. Yeah, you got all those, and those were some solid pillars that people loved, and that's why Xbox 360 sold.
Yeah.
And the world of Albion was just always just so fun to go through. And Fable 2 is phenomenal.
And as we talked about, although they had a little bit of a downhill slide with Fable 3, I still don't think they should have taken it in this dramatic of a direction. Like it's just
I
not
still
right.
enjoyed Fable 3 though.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it,
but it was
too,
like,
but
it just wasn't. It wasn't. It didn't quite capture the magic at 2. Yeah. And I don't know if that's because of the writing or the story. I'm trying to remember how 3 ended. Whatever. So we'll see. So we'll definitely see a bit of Legends. I think they'll take a minute to correct their marketing and say it's free to play. It's out this summer, this winter, whenever they're releasing it.
Or they'll go it's out right now. Yeah. You can download it when you get home.
That's not a bad idea,
they
actually.
could do that.
Yeah.
They could do that.
If it's free to play, way more common.
I can see that. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Joey, you heard it here first, guys.
Taking that half-court
Fable
shot.
Legends
First half-court
comes
shot.
out. Yep, that's the first half-court shot. Let's. Do you guys have any
I have one last one, and we're not going to talk on it very long because I don't think we have really barely any information on it, and that's Scalebound.
Mm-hmm.
I have that on my list.
Yes,
yeah.
we will. You got to figure we'll see gameplay.
Yeah,
kind
we
of
will.
the correct.
I'm seeing the trailer. Super excited. More dragons. What's not to love? And the main character, to me, although he's a cheeky little bastard, I kind of like him.
Yeah.
So
and who knows? Maybe that. I mean, I feel like that game has potential for character customization, so that's maybe just a placeholder character.
Or dragon customization.
Ooh. Second half-court shot.
And I think everyone is down for more dragons.
Oh, yeah,
that's why Skyrim is the game it is. But I want to see what kind of combat it is.
Yeah.
And what you're actually doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you got to figure too that's one that could be in their 2016 lineup as well.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I have one more game I'm excited for from Microsoft.
From Microsoft, okay.
And it's a little one, so it won't take long.
Mm-hmm.
Cuphead.
Oh,
yes,
boy.
I forgot about the indie games.
Dude, that game looks so sick.
That looks, oh god, the aesthetic that they're going for is just amazing.
It's literally you're playing an old 1930s.
You're playing Tugboat.
You're playing
Willie.
Tugboat Willie. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Except it looks a little more deviant than Tugboat Willie does.
Well, apparently the story is your character made a deal with the devil, and you have to destroy these bosses to I don't know. It sounds crazy.
And it is co-op, correct? You can play co-op?
I don't know that. I don't know.
I believe you can.
That's awesome if you can.
Yeah, I remember seeing that Microsoft showed off their ID at Xbox thing, and that was the one game that really stood out to me.
Oh, and Inside.
That's what I was about to talk about.
The Limbo people. Yeah.
That got delayed. Initially they said that was coming out early spring this year. And obviously nothing has come out. But you have to think that we'll see more from that game and probably get a release date. Playdead, it's Playdead who did that. Yeah. They're phenomenal.
Limbo is still one of my favorite games.
I haven't played Journey on PlayStation, but I would wager that Limbo is one of the best indie games of all time.
Definitely. Whether Journey is better or not, it's still one of the best.
Yeah,
Limbo's still going to be one of the best.
Just how minimalist that game was and its story and just how, but it had such a great impact on you.
Yeah,
it was unprecedented for an indie game, for me at least, because I'd never played, because I was used to Castle Crashers for indie games,
right?
Like just hack and slash, just fun, but that had a just beautifully told story.
Watching that little boy die over and over and over again.
It was disturbing.
It was really horrifying.
It was really bad. But let's get back on track.
Yeah,
what are you gonna say, Clayton?
Well, no, I just want to touch real quick just to confirm it. I did read up right now that Cuphead does have a 2-player co-op.
Okay, cool. Get some Mickey and Minnie action.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that sounds
cool.
really
That sounds
dirty.
Really bad.
Now let's go into a little bit. We'll touch on it for a second. Microsoft has at least one that they're talking about. AAA exclusive that's going to be completely new, and I'm curious at what it is.
That they're going to be announcing?
Yes.
At E3?
Yes.
A new IP?
100% new IP.
And you said this was Microsoft, or?
This was Microsoft.
Wow.
And it hasn't been announced yet at all?
Not at all. Yeah.
Okay, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Do you guys have any thought? Obviously, this is new to you guys, but do you have any thoughts on what it could be?
Virtual reality?
Yeah, I don't know. Microsoft?
I have one thought.
Lay it on us.
Ukulele.
No way.
No, not ukulele.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say that was going to be an exclusive.
Actually, hold on. That's another point I'll get to. Their Kickstarter was one of the most successful video game. I think it was the most successful video game Kickstarter of all time.
Mm-hmm. Everyone loved Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I think if Microsoft has been listening, which hopefully they have, they hear the crowd cry out that 3D platformers
making a comeback,
or at least the people want it to.
Yeah.
And that if you look at their lineup, they have the shooter, they have the racer, now they have the adventure game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing that they're missing from their list.
Sure.
So I could very well see that, especially with Rare in their back pocket. And I'm not saying it's going to be the return of an old Rare franchise or anything like that, but Rare's working on something too.
Yeah.
Which they haven't talked about.
Yep.
But I could very well see it being a 3D platformer, get lovable characters that the kids and gamers like us will like, and that will sell really well. That will sell systems.
Yep.
If it's well done, especially if you have Rare's name attached to it. People thought they were working on Perfect Dark as well, another Perfect Dark, but like I don't think they need another shooter.
No. Yeah, I'd be a lot happier with the direction you're thinking about with the 3D platformer. So
I would be too, and I think it would sell. So here's my first crazy. It's not really a crazy thought, but it kind of is. So the message and the mantra that Microsoft is trying to sell right now, that this is going to be the best E3 for games for Xbox.
Yep.
And I look at their lineup, and yeah, it's great. They got some good stuff coming for sure, but nothing that makes me go like, wow. So
wow.
My crazy thought, and this is really my only one, my crazy thought that Microsoft has a AAA third-party exclusive that wasn't normally an exclusive that is gonna blow people away, and it's gonna be like I don't think it's gonna be like Mass Effect or anything, but if you remember, Mass Effect was an Xbox exclusive.
You think they might have got it back?
And you know what? That would maybe explain why Mass Effect is taking so damn long. I don't think so, but they did it with Tomb Raider. They show that Phil and those guys have money to spend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm saying they end the show with just a balls to the walls like, holy shit, Fallout 4 is exclusive on Xbox.
No.
Oh my god.
No. And that's not true because they already showed the
because you can already buy the PS4.
Yeah. I think that is something that you could maybe look for.
Okay.
Uncharted 4, Xbox One exclusive.
Dude, the wars would start. There would be bombs in the streets.
Well, I mean, there would be no war. Like, Microsoft won. Right there. That's the nuclear bomb.
No, but there would be a war because people would kill each other.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, for sure. The last thing we'll touch on for Microsoft is God of War, or no, God of War. Excuse me.
Not God of War.
That's a later one. Gears of War. Yes, yes.
Do you think they'll have more than just a teaser?
So here's what I think they're gonna do. Some point during the middle of the show, they'll have the Gears 1 reunion special, or whatever they're calling it, remaster.
Yeah.
And so they'll show that off. They'll show multiplayer. They'll go, oh yeah, and then that will go into. He'll be like, but wait, there's more, and then they'll show off a teaser for whatever Coalition's working on.
Yeah.
Formerly, Black Tusk.
Black Tusk. Yeah.
And I think it's literally just gonna be. It's going to be kind of in the same vein of Gears 2 in that it'll be... Because Gears 2, when they first showed it, was literally just this blood red trailer with Marcus charging up his Lancer and then going to chainsaw Locust, and then he cuts him in half, and then it's Gears 2.
Yeah.
And I think that's all you're going to see. Because that game has not been in development quite long enough to really get any substantial trailer out. But I could be wrong. They could do just a quick not gameplay, but quick cinematic.
Yeah.
Give people a feel what the game is, but that game is still relatively far off.
I would agree.
Okay, So we've covered Microsoft to the best of our abilities. Now we're gonna move on to the other AAA studio or third party exclusives or not exclusives studios.
Are you okay?
Might want to set that over.
No, we're gonna keep going. We're too far gone at this point.
We're
Too far gone.
We can start off with.
We're doing it live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Oh, it's the first time I think we've cursed today.
No, it's not.
No? Okay.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know.
Fucking A.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get into the third party stuff. I will start off with, and this goes into the needs section. This is what needs to be at E3 this year.
Okay. Which conference is this?
This is just EA.
Okay.
Need to see actual Battlefront
gameplay.
Yeah, we need to see it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this could get dicey a little bit. Yes.
That was really good.
Oh, it's a good
really
day.
good.
It's a good day, boys.
Is this my turn to say get out because you did that to me last time?
Yes. I'll leave. No, I think people are excited. I think excitement's actually pretty high, but they need to make up for some things. Some people are not happy with what they're hearing about, which I think they're justified. I think you are happy with what has come out so far, but
they got some splaining to do.
They got some splaining to do. So I think the easiest way, it's like in sports, the easiest way to quiet a crowd is to just play and win. Yep. And just put on a show.
If they show what they're doing.
Yeah.
And everyone watches it and sees that it's awesome.
Yeah,
that's gonna be enough.
Yeah, as long as I see it and it's just like, or not even, just like a good game. I'll be like, all right, I don't need Coruscant or Kashyyyk in it at least right now.
Yeah,
I can be fine with it.
Exactly.
The other thing that needs to be shown. Two other things, and they are all EA, surprisingly, because last year's EA conference was abysmal. It was awful.
It was really not.
It was awful. It was like, hey, we're developers. This is what we're doing. Okay, bye.
It was more like this is what we're
trying to do. See you next year.
Yeah.
They need to show Mirror's Edge.
Yep. People need to see what that game's gonna look like.
Yeah. That's E3. I feel like for EA, this E3 is kind of a make or break year for them. And as long as they just show the games, which sounds obvious and simple, but
really
apparently it's not.
It doesn't.
People need to see what that game looks like, what it feels like. I know there's people who are really hoping that there's no gunplay in it whatsoever. It's just parkour and hand to hand.
Really?
Interesting. I see. I never played the first Mirror's Edge. I think I played the demo, and it was cool. I like the parkour system. Did you guys play it?
I played a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm. I have it on my 360. I just recently got it, and I played through the opener and stuff, and I really liked the mechanics, but I wasn't able to jump into it really in depth yet.
Yeah.
I think what would be smart, and I know usually people say the opposite of this because nobody really likes press X now for this.
Yeah.
You know
Quick
what I mean?
time.
But yeah, quick time stuff. But I think if they do add any gunplay, it should just be that you take a gun from somebody and
then
maybe,
just break it,
and maybe break it or something as a quick time thing.
Yeah.
Because I think in a game
they'll
like
do that.
That'll work.
Yeah, they'll do that. But people are just hoping there's no shooting in it,
right? Or throw it in someone's head.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Is it still the main protagonist? Is it Faith? I believe.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes. And it's called Catalyst now.
Okay.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay.
That's what we just saw. Yeah, they just announced that this morning. That it's officially called Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which sounds cool.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think needs to be shown, and I'm very excited for this, is Mass Effect 4. We've heard, and are they officially calling it Mass Effect 4, or they've just been referring to it as Mass Effect?
I don't know.
I think they've been referring to it as Mass Effect 4.
Okay.
And
last year was like,
ass.
okay, yeah, here we have this dev diary thing, and this is really cool, and this and this and this, and then it was like done, and you were like,
yeah. And let's be clear, that's not a comment on BioWare, because BioWare is doing everything they can to make this game.
Yeah.
It's EA who knew that people needed to, or were excited for this game, but showed that piece of shit trailer.
Yeah. That literally only had concept art and nothing else.
It wasn't even it was like a dev diary, but at least in dev diaries you get to see stuff.
Here's the deal. If they weren't far enough along to show anything, don't fucking have it there.
No.
Yeah.
That's it.
No. And that will quiet people down.
Yeah.
Or at least should. I don't know. The internet's stupid.
Yeah.
Except that's how we get our views. So I love you, internet.
Yeah, internet's great.
If you thought that was about you, it's not. It's about the other guy. So no, they need to show Mass Effect in some way, because you got to figure that EA is going to want to push that for next year. Because we've heard about this game for last 2 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, people have been wanting it since 3 ended, but I think we've been hearing about officially that game since last year. So that puts it at 3 years, and you figure that's already been in development for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's about time. We need it. Gotta have it.
I agree.
What else you guys thinking for any other thoughts on EA, or we can move to Ubisoft?
For EA, I do think that because they just released a new Need for Speed trailer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll see that.
They'll probably show that. And then they'll have sports at some point.
We like sports. We don't care who knows.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they have me. I'll buy NHL pretty much every year.
Yeah.
I'll play Madden. I'm that guy. I'm sorry, everyone. And I don't know what else. They said Titanfall 2 is not going to be there.
Well, they could have some sort of more Star Wars things.
We could see what Amy Hennig's finally working on this year.
That could be. Yeah.
They could end the show with that, too.
That'd be really good.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now, how long have they had the Star Wars license for now? I think
since before last year's E3.
Yeah, they've had it for, I think this will be the second year they have it now.
Yeah.
So you figure that's getting, whatever she's working on needs to maybe be shown here soon.
Yeah, maybe a cutscene at least.
I love Visceral too. I think that's a
great.
great combination. I know it's a random one, but I think Clayton will agree with me that Dante's Inferno was a really underrated, really fun game.
100%.
Yeah, it looked really fun.
Did it have its problems? Hell yes.
Yeah,
but
obviously in there, but it was the Xbox's Gear. Fuck. Now I'm saying Gears of War.
God of War.
God of War.
Yeah.
And yeah, I truly underrated. I was hoping for sequels to that.
And really. I love the Divine Comedy. That's a great piece of literature if people haven't read that. So pairing those two together, I thought was phenomenal. Give a very disgusting vision of hell, which hell is pretty gross, I would assume.
Yeah.
I wish for a sequel one day to that, but
I'm
not gonna hold my breath.
Thinking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath.
You guys have Dante's Inferno. I love Visceral because of Dead Space.
Oh yeah.
Dead Space 2. Dead Space 2 is actually on my list of favorite games.
So both of those games are pretty sword-based combat, or not sword.
Dead Space isn't.
But at least
third person.
Third person.
Yeah. If they made a third.
Why did I say that? That was
I
dumb.
don't know why you said that.
Oh god.
Brains are hard to control.
Yeah. I drank water. I thought that would wake me up. Maybe.
If they made a third-person horror Star Wars game, I'd be down.
Not
with
what
it.
I want from that at all. No.
I'd be down.
Not
with
what
it.
I want at
I
all.
don't give a shit. No, that's not what they're gonna do though. If they made like if they made like a whatever spiritual successor to whatever 1313 was gonna be.
Yeah, I was thinking I would be the point I was going into that before I realized I was an idiot was the combat in Dante's Inferno is very solid.
Oh yeah,
it is very very solid.
Lightsabers.
Exactly, and
Boom.
I just think
that's it.
Remove the scythe and put in the lightsaber.
Yep, that's it. That's all you need.
And that's people have been clamoring that for years. I think the closest thing to a great lightsaber combat game we got was Force Unleashed, which I thought was fun.
Was a cool game. I like that game.
So yeah, hopefully we'll see something from Miss Hennig.
Yeah. I hope so too.
She's brilliant, and I'm looking forward to whatever she has to work on.
Absolutely.
What else we got for Ubisoft? Are we moving on to, or what else are you thinking here? Square Enix.
For Ubisoft, I have a this is a probably not gonna happen type situation here. Watch Dogs 2.
Don't be surprised because that came out last summer.
Yeah.
And they already said that they want that to be a franchise.
That's the kind of game I liked. Watch Dogs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people did though. Well, a fair amount of people.
It's because it suffered from what unfortunately seems to be a trend now in gaming, is that it lasted too many E3s. They showed it off too many E3s.
Yeah.
And the vertical slice they first showed off was phenomenal, but it was unrealistic to think that the entire, especially in an open world game where you have to make concessions.
Yeah.
I think it was unrealistic. I don't think it was the best move for them to show that off, because obviously you want to generate hype.
The same thing happened with Witcher 3, but that one worked out because it's really good.
The game was really quality.
Yeah.
So no, I think we could see a teaser. I don't think
I wouldn't be completely surprised, but the problem with that too, I think Watch Dogs is the type of franchise too that could definitely benefit like Assassin's Creed from a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
the first
definitely.
one had really good ideas but didn't quite deliver on them, and then the second one might be really good.
True.
That's what Assassin's Creed did. So
yeah, I never played Watch Dogs, but I've heard mixed things about it, and the setting was cool to me. The idea was cool to me. Do you have any thoughts on Ubisoft?
Nope.
No. We'll see Division.
You guys have touched.
Yeah, we'll see Division.
Rainbow
we'll
Six
see
Siege.
I think that's the point. Maybe that's another one. Will they be like, and the beta is out now, type of thing? Because
could be because they keep saying
they have
it's
a beta
almost
coming.
here, yeah.
But I could see that pretty easily.
I have the code for it too.
I don't have a code for it. I signed up for it. So I could see that. I think we'll get a solid announced date for the Division finally, because that's also banking on. That's coming up on too many E3s.
Yep.
This is the third E3 that's going to be here now, which is a little too much.
We'll get something from Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yep. Which I'm excited for. I'm happy they're focusing on the single player aspect of it.
I'm losing excitement for Assassin's Creed every iteration.
It's starting to go in the category of Call of Duty for me.
Yeah. But at the same time,
it's sad that that's happening. But I
right?
think everyone's kind of getting a little Assassin's Creeded out.
Fatigued.
At the same time, though, Syndicate does sound cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the setting.
Yeah. London. I mean, that's
London.
I think it's gonna look great.
Are you from London?
Oi. Unity looked fantastic.
Yeah, the lighting in that was spectacular.
The game's not that good, though.
No, that's what I've heard. And that's super disappointing because Revolutionary France sounds so cool.
Yeah, it could have been really awesome.
Yeah.
But just everything from your character to the way you'd sometimes come up on a chest and it would say, to unlock this chest you have to download our app, and I'm like, fuck you. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's awful.
If you want something to completely de-immerse you from a game, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. So I was like, no, this shit's dumb. Rogue was what I've heard better, and that was the last gen version. So
yes. Any other thoughts on Ubisoft?
Hopefully something from UbiArt.
Yes, I absolutely.
Whether it's Rayman or another indie.
The rumor that I read, and it was from last year, so I don't know if it holds anything, but it's a Prince of Persia game that they're running with the UbiArt framework and engine.
Yeah.
And I am so down for that.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite games the last, I'd say 2 years, are from UbiArt.
Yeah.
Rayman, Legends and Origins, Child of Light, which I just 100%ed achievement-wise.
Wow.
It wasn't that hard, but I was really into that game. And then Valiant Hearts are all just phenomenal games, and I'm really excited to see whatever talent Ubisoft has working on that, what they have coming up next. So we can assume that that's coming.
Yeah.
My crazy thought, and it's not too crazy, is, and actually I almost... I'm going to get cocky on this one. I guarantee we see it.
Oh, goodness.
It's been a while.
Ooh.
And I think
Here comes a doozy, everybody.
And I think our buddy Sam Fisher needs to throw his hat in the next gen ring. And I say Splinter Cell is announced.
Okay.
They may not have
That'd
much,
be a good shot, yeah.
but it's been a while. That's a beloved franchise.
Yep.
What was the last one that came out? Blacklist?
Yep.
Blacklist was fun. I never
played it.
But I like that series. I'm not a stealth guy, but I enjoy that series, and I think it's time to see him throw his hat into the ring. So are you gonna talk on Square Enix at all?
I do have a couple things.
Okay. What do you
First
got?
of all, because you said they're not gonna have Final Fantasy, I'm wondering, first of all, what the hell they are going to have.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If they do have a lot of Kingdom Hearts, that'd be awesome, because everyone knows I love Kingdom Hearts so much with all my heart.
Yes.
Actually, I'd be fine if...
With your Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. That was... Get out.
Sorry.
I'd be fine if the entire Square Enix conference was just Kingdom Hearts. But anyways, obviously Tomb Raider they'll probably have. Yeah. But then I heard rumors about a new Deus Ex.
No, that's confirmed.
Okay, so we're probably going to have that there.
It's going to be there.
And then Just Cause 3.
Is that Square Enix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a solider lineup than I thought.
Solider is not a word.
I just used it. More solid. God, I sound like a dumbass this show.
It's okay.
That's okay. You sound like a dumbass every show. We just don't put it out.
We're only 2 in, so yeah, I guess I'm batting 100 or 1,000. Jesus. Why do I host? Why do you guys let me host this?
I wanna say that I'm extremely excited for Just Cause 3 because those games are awesome.
Yeah.
And it looks awesome.
Does Square Enix have anything else in the bag that they could show that we're not? aware of yet?
I'm trying to
Not
find
that I know of,
here.
but maybe they come out with a new IP.
Maybe.
Has Square Enix come out with a new IP? How long has it been since Square Enix has come out
their
with a new IP?
main team? I don't think so. I think it's been a very long time.
That'd be cool, but
yeah,
I doubt it.
I like Square, but
I think they might be doing quite a bit with Deus Ex. Personally,
That'd be cool.
That's something I'm excited for.
So
just got
Human
the first
Revolution
one,
was really cool.
yeah, let's assume they have an hour show.
Yeah. Which
They
they
have
do,
to.
I think, because it's like 1 to 2 or something.
This is all great and fine, but they need to dedicate at least 20 minutes to Kingdom Hearts then. Because you got to
If
figure
they have enough to do it.
why dedicate your own conference if you don't have something big to show?
Yeah, they know Kingdom Hearts is the biggest thing they can show.
Yeah,
They know that.
Yeah. And so I think it literally has to be Kingdom Hearts.
Do you think they start with it?
No, they'll finish with it. They'll dedicate the last 20
That
minutes
would be
to
an
it.
ender, yeah,
I'm
definitely.
so excited.
I know you're shaking over here.
I'm so excited.
They have to, otherwise that company is going to be in trouble.
Yeah. If they don't show any like if it gets down and it's like 10 minutes left and I don't see any Kingdom Hearts and it's 5 minutes left and I'm gonna break your TV.
Don't do that. So yeah, I think they have to, and I would assume they know that. They know they need to show it.
Yeah.
Because
have to.
this wait for this game is getting ridiculous. This is almost. No, I won't say that.
You're gonna say Half-Life 3?
It's almost getting to the point of Half-Life 3.
not.
Well, because think about when did Kingdom Hearts come out? 2004, didn't it?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Kingdom
though.
Hearts 2 came out, I'm pretty sure, in 04. And if that's the case, we're waiting 11 years for an actual sequel. Granted, they've had Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance
And all those other ones that came out
2.5
for
and stuff
3DS
like that.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
So it's just, but it's
2005.
getting okay. So 10 years.
So 10 years. Yeah. That's
Can
still
you
a long time.
imagine? Can you imagine if Halo did that? People would be in the streets rioting.
Yeah.
Like that's not okay.
No. It's
No.
not.
And I don't know why.
It's because they bank on Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy was losing all of its.
It's not really relevant anymore.
It's not special anymore.
I shouldn't say relevant, but like people are getting really fatigued with that franchise.
They do think Final Fantasy 15 looks cool because it's more like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
That's why it looks cool.
Yeah, it's more streamlined.
Yeah.
I've never been a big Final Fantasy. I've played bits here and there and stuff like that. So Final Fantasy
never was
doesn't
either.
move the radar for me at all.
Me neither.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm gonna try Final Fantasy 15 just because it looks fun.
If there's literally nothing I have to do, but see, my backlog is so huge
Exactly.
that I'm
No,
never
I
gonna
know.
touch that.
Our
For those who
backlog
don't
spans
know,
way too long.
I spent the last 4 months. I did a study abroad trip. I was in Rome, so I literally had my 3DS with me. I had no other way of gaming, which is fine. Like that's what that trip was supposed to be. But I've missed a lot of games, so my backlog I think is going to be eternal.
Yeah. Now you have Arkham Knight coming out next week, so you're not gonna get to anything.
Next
old.
week?
Next week.
No way.
2 weeks.
No.
2 weeks. It's after E3.
2 weeks.
I think it's in the 20s.
It's the week after
Yeah.
E3.
You scared me there,
If
Joe.
you viewers could see Alex's eyes, they were popping directly out of his head.
Yeah.
Just when you heard that.
I got so excited for a second. Okay, so now we are gonna move on to Sony. Unless you guys have any other thoughts.
I just want to say that obviously Bethesda's going to say something about Fallout 4.
Yep,
Duh.
obviously.
They're going to have
They'll
some sort of
probably-
extended demo for it.
That's gonna be a good conference, I think.
Doom.
Yep.
They have to have gameplay.
Yes.
If they don't,
They
people are
will.
going to be mad.
They will.
And then maybe Wolfenstein. Maybe they talk about the next Wolfenstein.
Yes.
Ooh, I
I
would
don't know
like
about
that.
that,
I would appreciate
I
that.
think the other rumor that I'm hearing is Defiance 2.
Oh, that'd be cool too, yeah.
Because you got to figure they also have an hour press conference, so that's Fallout, Doom, Defiance 2, maybe Wolfenstein. What else does that have? Because id's working on.
Doom.
What other studios do they have? I know they have more that we're not thinking of. But I think they need to have 1 or 2 more games in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think we're gonna see like another Evil Within this early, do you?
No. That's too early.
That was a great game, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know if that sold very well either.
No, it was another underrated one, I believe. Kind of.
Do we think Fallout Collection?
That is a possible.
It depends.
Would put that in the realm of possibility.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think it's only coming if Fallout 4, which is not this year, which I think it
they're
is.
not going to release a Fallout collection the same year
After.
Fallout 4 comes
Yeah.
out.
Exactly. All right.
So you don't think Fallout 4 is coming out this year?
I think it is.
We
I
do
think
think it is.
I
That's
think
why
it is.
there's not going to be a Fallout collection,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
I think it's this year. I think it's November this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving on to Sony, and we're going longer than I expected, but fuck it.
But fuck it.
It's
Okay.
It's E3, but fuck it.
It's E3. We're not going too long, but the wrap up will be quick. So just bear with us, everyone. All right, to Sony.
Okay.
You are. Let's clarify for the people.
Yeah.
You are the bigger Sony guy than Clayton and I.
Yeah.
So this is your domain. I
I'm
do have thoughts.
obviously,
but this is your domain.
I am the only one of the three of us that owns a PlayStation.
I did own one before, but I traded it in for an Xbox One, so I guess I'm a trader.
You are a trader. That's okay, because I was originally a trader, too. I went from 360 to PlayStation.
There you
Guys.
go.
And now I have both. And no money.
All right.
Anyways, so yeah, Sony has... They have show Uncharted 4, obviously. That's like we don't even need to talk about that, because they're just
going to.
Yep.
What I'm excited for Sony, though, is whatever the unknown game Media Molecule is working on.
Yes.
Because they're awesome. Little Big Planet were great games.
Yeah,
and
besides 3.
That wasn't them, though.
I know, but
they didn't.
Yeah.
And I loved Tearaway on the Vita. Yeah, I don't have Vita anymore, but that was that was basically my favorite game on that console because it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I'll be playing Tearaway Unfolded on the PS4 and platinuming that again.
Good.
Like I did the first one.
Good.
But I'm excited for whatever they come out with. And then I don't think they're gonna show No Man's Sky.
You don't think so?
No.
Because
what
I think their messaging was that it's coming out this year, and I think they tried to say it was coming out this year.
They tried to last year. Yeah.
There is no way in hell that game comes out this year.
No.
You can guarantee it. That's an Alex Stadnick guarantee.
Yeah.
Even if it was a AAA studio working on that game, I would still tell you that game is at least a year out. Because especially with that small of a studio and how ambitious that game's trying to be, which I'm excited for. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But holy shit. You can't get like a structured first-person shooter out in the time that they're talking about. No. So it's just, and granted, I'm sure these guys have been working on it for years, but there is no way in hell No Man's Sky comes out. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But like that game is very far off.
And the bar is so high. This is not something you want to rush and then botch.
No.
And I think Sony realizes
Sony knows that.
Sony, I hope Sony. I've always been an Xbox guy, but I hope Sony has gotten all their stupid decisions out of the way.
It seems like they have.
And this is a point I was going to make. Sony needs to be careful at this E3 because this could be the E3 in the year that Microsoft gains some ground on PlayStation 4. Yeah. Because right now, if you look at it and you look in that nice chunk in October, November, December, there's nothing. There's nothing from Sony.
The pendulum is swinging over to the Xbox.
Yes, I would agree. And that's why, and in my notes, I have that. I have, like I said, Xbox. I think this is the year Xbox gains ground, and because I think Sony knows that they don't have anything, I think they announce a slate of indie games that are going to come out this. I don't know what, but I think they're going to announce a slate that comes out this November and December to try to fill the gap for exclusives.
Yeah.
Unless they have something huge.
Yeah.
That they're just sitting on. And I have. You can talk. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I'm actually gonna take back my exact words there. My words were I don't think they're going to show No Man's Sky, but actually I'm gonna say I hope they don't show No Man's Sky, but they probably will. Because the thing is, they're not gonna have anything new to show.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be another E3 that No Man's Sky is here, and we get another demo of it.
Yeah. So what do I have in my notes? I think they'll show Uncharted, and then I think they need to show 2 to 3 big guns, and tell the investors and the fanboys like, look, we know nothing's coming out this year, but next year, just wait.
Yeah.
We'll have Uncharted.
Yeah.
War. I was about to say next one is I think it's I don't want Kratos because I would love to see another story in that universe, but I think we're gonna see something from Kratos.
I think they'll have a teaser of that. Of God of War.
They need to hit home runs this E3, so I think they have gameplay.
Okay.
Because if they have a ho-hum E3, you got investors and fanboys going, oh,
yeah,
great.
Fuck, like we started out so great, but now we're fizzling.
Yeah.
Which, to be clear, they're not fizzling in any means, but this looks bad for them.
I mean, all their good games this year came out early.
And they have, so they have.
There weren't even that many.
There was Bloodborne.
The Order was disappointing, but
on a sales level and on a gameplay level, I think that game disappointed. I think they said they want to make that a franchise.
The Order?
Yeah.
Well, they better do it better next time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think we see, because there's a lot of studios that have been long dormant, at least announcement wise. From
we got like Studio Bend. We don't know what they're working on. Yeah.
Like you said, Media Molecule.
There's a lot. They have a lot of studios.
Do. So I think if Sony plays it right, which they're capable of, I think they'll have a great E3 with a lot of games that we just don't know about yet.
I don't know if you guys have touched on it. Have you guys brought up Until Dawn yet?
That's what I was just about to say. I'm actually excited for Until Dawn.
Yeah. I know nothing about this game.
The more I'm reading about it, the more excited I'm getting.
Yeah.
Is it a zombie game?
It's basically, you remember what Heavy Rain was?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
It's basically a horror game.
Yeah.
Like Heavy Rain.
Nice.
Starring Hayden Panettiere.
Interesting.
And a lot of other people. She's just the one they've been...
Yeah. They're calling the in-game system like the butterfly effect, where all the choices you do affect certain outcomes and consequences.
You can get through the game without anybody dying or with everybody dying, depending on how you choose to go. And it's like basically a killer is like after... It's basically a teen horror flick.
It was supposed to originally be released on the PS3 when they were talking about it in like 2012, but now they've just declared it as a PS4 exclusive, and now it's set for August 25th of this year.
And they need to show people that it's not a move game because it was originally a PlayStation Move game, and it's not anymore. So they need to show, like, okay, guys, you can use buttons. I'm sorry.
You can use buttons.
Quantic Dream, who their developer is really... Heavy Rain was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I haven't played much of any of it, but, like, the cinematicness.
I think it's a word. It's enough of a word.
It's enough of a word. There you go.
Cinematitude.
Whatever that is, they had it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Like I said, I'm not a big PlayStation guy, but I appreciate the kind of games that they put out. They put out this cinematic. Like I would say Xbox is more multiplayer and friend oriented, where Sony is still pretty heavy on the single player cinematic experience, which I love. So do I have anything else for Sony? I think we'll see, just like how we see COD on the Xbox stage every year, I think we'll see Battlefront on the Sony stage. They're already starting their marketing with Sony. Because if you go on YouTube right now, it ends with it ends with games are better on PlayStation or whatever that's Xbox's tagline.
I don't remember
whatever power to the players is now. That was
So that was their thing, wasn't it?
Challenge everything.
I think we'll see. I think we'll see like Jakku or whatever the whatever map they choose to show, because they'll probably show Endor at EA's, but they'll show another planet on Sony's stage. Do I have anything for us? Yeah, I just think if Sony does things right, they'll be okay. Which sounds dumb, but like if they don't buy into the panic that some people are having, they'll just be like, guys, relax. Maybe not this year, but 2016 is going to be our year for the entire year, because they start with Uncharted. Maybe have a game in the dead of summer or around there, going towards fall, and then fall have 2 or 3 big games. Because right now, I think you can already say, unless they have a game that they're sitting on like Fallout, and they're going to be like, guess what? You're going to be playing it in November. I think it's safe to say Microsoft has already won this fall.
Yeah.
Because
with what they have.
Because you have Halo 5, you have Forza, and you have Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I think that I think those will sell systems, no doubt. Especially if they're all quality games, which Forza, no doubt. Last Tomb Raider is great, and I'm cautiously optimistic for Halo 5.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I do have a couple things for Sony still. Do we have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll make time. This is our show.
There's one game I didn't know about until I looked it up, called Hellblade.
Okay.
It's essentially, it's made by Ninja Theory, which are the ones the guys that made DMC and Heavenly Sword and stuff.
Yep.
So I assume it's going to be a similar game to that, which is going to be cool.
Yes.
This game doesn't mean anything to us, really, but Persona 5.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
I was going to mention that.
That means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's going to be PS4 exclusive.
Yep.
So, and then one of their indie games I'm very excited for is Everyone's Gone to the Rapture.
Yes, I've heard a lot of good things about that.
That game looks really cool. So
yeah, like Sony could have 2016 could be amazing for them.
They could if they played it right. They could have really stellar years.
Because you have Uncharted, you could have Uncharted, God of War,
whatever Media Molecule comes out with.
Yeah, those. I mean, that 3 right there is enough to sell systems. So I think they'll have a good show. Do you guys expect any price cuts or anything anywhere? I don't think so. I think Microsoft has done enough with that.
Yeah, I don't see, because the PlayStation's still selling, there's really no point in
I don't think so.
Yeah, I couldn't see them dropping it anymore. It would seem too big of a thing.
Yeah.
If they did, fantastic.
And I think Joey hit the nail on the head. They're selling.
Yeah,
I mean, Microsoft has won a couple of months now.
Yeah.
But I think they're totally fine with what's going on.
But it hasn't, like, the PlayStation hasn't just, like, died.
Yeah.
They're still selling gangbusters.
Yeah.
Just like
Which is weird, because there's nothing out for it exclusive. But like people, I think their marketing is a little bit better than Microsoft is right now.
Yeah.
Hitting on the systems, we just saw that Microsoft is now releasing a 1 terabyte Xbox One.
Finally.
Yes.
It's about goddamn time.
Yeah.
2 questions. Yeah. Is the price changing on that, and does it come with a Kinect?
They reduced the price of the original the 500 gigabyte Xbox to 350 permanently, and then it's 400 for the.
Does it come with Kinect?
I don't know.
I would think
doubt
so.
It. I wouldn't think so then.
No, it's not going to be 400 if it comes with Kinect.
No.
Yeah.
Is it? No,
I don't
it wouldn't
believe so.
be. That would be unbelievable.
Don't quote, but we don't think so.
Yeah.
That'd be unbelievable if it was 400 and it came with Kinect and it had 1 terabyte. No.
Yeah. Listen to us, but don't listen to us. We don't
look it up on your own. Yeah. Sorry.
There's other websites for that. Any other thoughts on E3? I know we like Nintendo. That's not what this show's about, but do you have anything from Nintendo you want to see?
I'm just excited. I mean, they're not at E3 technically.
Yeah, but still.
I'm excited for Zelda. That game looks.
I don't think that's at E3.
That's not going to be there. No, I'm just. That's
unless
just
they're
what
pulling
I'm
the wool
for.
over our eyes.
That's the only thing I'm excited for.
Yeah,
really.
and I think
Star Fox. They could have Star Fox.
Yeah,
there.
Star Fox.
But okay, think about it this: if Smash Bros and Mario Kart couldn't move Wii U's, how the hell is Star Fox gonna move Wii U's? They're not. It's just.
It's not. But
it's so unfortunate.
It's just another. It's just they're going through their franchises. Like, what can we fucking make?
Yeah.
Star Fox.
I think they need to. Personally, I think they need to do Zelda because.
Yeah.
That company is.
Yeah. Why not?
The problem is, I don't think Zelda's even gonna sell Wii U's. Not a lot of them.
At this point, I don't know.
Not a lot.
I'm waiting for that game to convince me to buy a Wii U. Mario Kart 8 and Smash Bros almost got me to do that, but I think
that did. It's just I don't have the money, and
maybe that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, Yoshi's Woolly World looks really cool too. It looks kind of fun.
It looks fun.
It's still not enough to convince me to switch.
The 2 games that they need to put close together to sell a decent amount of systems is Zelda, and I think they finally announce the next iteration of whatever the 3D Mario is going to be. I don't think it's going to be Galaxy 3 or anything like that, but I think they need to show what that's going to be. Otherwise people are going to start jumping ship more than they already have. I would be interested to see. You can't see like resale rates, can you? Like how many people resell their consoles or trade it back in?
I don't think that counts towards anything.
I'd be interested to see what the Wii U would be at for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's unfortunate. I grew up a Nintendo boy, and I've got every system since the 64 to the Wii.
Yeah. And
just Wii U was it just didn't hook me. I didn't even know it was a new Wii, like a new.
I just thought it was like an iteration.
Yeah, I thought it was like now with gamepad, and I think that's what a lot lot of people did, and their marketing message was just awful.
Yeah. And the fact that the game is still $300. Like
or the
that's
system is still $300.
Or system. That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
like put it at least $200. Really is what it's worth. No, $200 is.
It's what it's worth, but they're losing their ass if they're putting it at $200.
Well, yeah, they've already lost money. I think they just need
to put it at $250. $250 in a bundle. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
You'll lose your
$250 with Smash Bros,
I'd do
Mario Kart, or whatever, and then maybe eventually have a Zelda bundle at $250. If they announce that at some point, a Zelda bundle $250, that might sell some. That might sell some consoles.
We'll see with Nintendo. I'm in their corner. I would love nothing more to see them succeed, but it's.
Do you think we're gonna? Well, they didn't say. Now they mentioned their new console.
We're not hearing anything else.
NX.
It's called the NX. We are not hearing anything about that till next year.
Okay.
They said it's not going to be there at all. Yeah.
They clearly said this is the only thing we're going to say about it.
Yeah.
I think there was a rumor that came out that it was going to be Android based, like the phone.
Okay.
And they squashed that, but I think that's all we're gonna.
Okay.
So we don't even know. We don't even know if it's handheld. If it's.
We know nothing about it.
Yeah. We know nothing. Jon Snow.
Yeah. Yeah. Any last crazy, like fadeaway 3-point game winners?
Oh wait. We never did anyone say Crash Bandicoot?
No.
For Sony?
No, we didn't, and that's my fault.
Yeah,
because I should have been all over that. Yeah, that's my complete 3 basketball court shots away to the hoop because I don't know sports.
Whole basketball courts.
You'd have to punt that ball.
Oh my.
No, I don't think that's as crazy as you.
No, and we've seen it. We've seen it in their teaser trailers or whatever they are.
The original PS4 trailer had Crash on a sign.
Had Crash in there.
So, and the reason why I don't think that is off the wall crazy is especially because Yooka-Laylee showed that people want 3D platformers.
Yeah. Yep.
And especially if Microsoft's new IP is a 3D platformer, I don't think they're coming out with Knack 2.
I really hope not. I actually liked Knack.
I enjoyed Knack.
But I don't think they should come out with a Knack 2.
So, I think that could be a mid-show / people love that game, but I don't think that's quite a show closer in this generation.
Crash?
Yeah.
That should be mid, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say mid-show. That'd be a great mid-show announcement because, like, in this generation of gamers and stuff like that, not as many people would know Crash.
Right.
He's not like a face anymore as much.
But he could be. That's the thing. Be, and if they do go with it, they have to go full-fledged. Like, throw him in the kids' faces, and that will get me, someone who used to play as a kid, the parents of those kids will also be like, holy shit.
Hold on, Clayton, are you expecting
of a 4th grader?
No. I'm not expecting. But if Clayton. I did, if we were expecting and we had a kid, there would be a controller in his goddamn hands from the womb, and I'd be like, play Crash right now. This needs to be in your childhood.
And he'll just scream and cry because that's what babies do.
He'll scream and cry because that's what babies do, but I'm going to be Crash while he's crying.
There we go. Sounds good.
Because I'm a terrible father.
We'll touch on this before we're ending. Any chance of Half-Life 3 or The Last Guardian?
There's always a chance.
There's always a chance.
There's always a chance. Now I think
so you're saying there's a chance.
If I think this is the last year that The Last Guardian has for people to even care.
Yeah.
This is it. If they don't do it this year, nobody's gonna fucking care anymore.
Yeah.
Because and I've heard this before. This is almost it's not an exact quote, but Colin Moriarty from Kind of Funny has said this several times. Mm-hmm. I'm more interested in what the hell happened to the company than I am in what that game actually is anymore.
See, I had no interest in it whatsoever, and now I'm interested because of it.
Yeah, right. I'm in the same boat because it's been so long.
Mm-hmm. So and I just keep hoping. I want to see the Orange Box 2 with Portal 3,
oh god,
Half-Life 3, and Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah.
Team Fortress 3.
Team Fortress 3 as well would be amazing.
Wasn't Left 4 Dead an Xbox exclusive?
No.
I swear it was.
Maybe the first one.
No, Left 4 Dead.
Check that on your phone.
Wait, what exclusive did you say?
PC,
Microsoft?
It may have been but PC
and Xbox. Well,
it was PC.
It was PC and Xbox. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3 as well. It's for sure. Left 4 Dead 2 was on PS3 as well. But I mean that would be a heavy hitter to be a time exclusive for Microsoft or Sony. Yeah. Left 4 Dead 3 has enough of a following, but most of those guys just got done with Evolve, who created that first.
True.
So, out of the fabled Orange Box 2, I think Left 4 Dead 3 is the most likely you'll see. But all those games are still, and it sucks because I don't know what Valve is doing. No one does, but I get the feeling that they're just done with games right now, and they're focusing on Steam and the Steam platforms and computers and stuff like that. But maybe that's what they want us to think.
The original Left 4 Dead was only on Xbox and PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second one, though, I think was on
both. So maybe they do that. Maybe they go back to that. Maybe they struck a deal with the devil. So any other thoughts on this glorious time of year, gentlemen?
I think it'd be wise to at least touch on, even if we'll see it on VR.
Well, they're going to have to.
Yeah.
They're going to.
I think you need to see what Morpheus...
We didn't even say about that, but Sony will touch on Morpheus.
We just didn't touch on it, so...
Yeah.
Is there any chance...
Microsoft is going to do anything?
So I was about to ask. I hope not. Like we were talking about when we weren't recording. I think VR is another fad. I think it has cool potential, but like, I couldn't care less.
Out of all the gimmicky fads that have happened over the years, I think VR is the one that has the most potential to be really cool.
For sure.
I agree. And see, this is, I think, where Joey and I have opposing views against Alex here, because we both really like the idea.
It's not that I don't like the idea, I just don't care. I think developers really don't realize how much people really enjoy sitting down after work, school, whatever it be, and just sitting on the couch and just having a solid controller in their hands. Obviously VR will have that, but at the same time it's just like, just give me great games. Just give me great gameplay.
Sure.
And obviously, and I've played. Let me say this: I have played Oculus Rift. I went to the video game museum in Rome, and it was really dope. So if you ever go to Rome, go to the video game museum. But I got to play a space simulator, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something that I could eat my shoe on. You know what I mean? But like,
is that a phrase?
Yeah,
that's the phrase.
Eat my shoe, eat crow.
Eat my hat.
Eat my hat. Whatever. I'm gonna eat something. Eat my shorts.
All right.
But it was cool, and I enjoyed it. But I can't picture myself sitting on the couch throwing the headset on for 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about VR that I agree. I'm just as lazy as you, if not more, actually.
Probably.
But if they give me an option to, now it would be really expensive, obviously. But like, this is in the future when like you have the thing you're walking around on too, and they put a fucking gun in my hands, and I'm playing Halo 8 with VR. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. That's going to be my exercise for the day. Because I'll be doing that for hours. Like, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. The idea of that is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think VR right now is underwhelming.
And they still need to fix the problem of motion sickness.
Yeah, motion sickness is a problem.
That is the one that I don't know if they will figure out.
The biggest problem with that, too, is right now because they don't really have an option for actually getting up and walking around while you do it. When you have a controller and you're looking around, but you're looking while you're like turning, but you're using exactly.
Throw up everywhere.
Because your body's not turning, but your head kind of is in your mind, and it's like, what's happening right now?
I don't know what's. Okay, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
I'm gonna throw up right in this thing.
So
this is something I'm really excited about, especially after I heard about Project Morpheus and the heist. If you guys haven't heard about that, that's one of the demos or something they were doing, and the way that the person that I was watching described it, he said he didn't feel motion sickness at all.
Cool.
He said it felt very, very intuitive, and like he instinctively would like drop behind a table or something, and didn't even know he could. He'd grab something off the table and be able to throw it, and like everything was interactive and really cool. So that's just something I'm excited for it. Yeah. I know you guys are too, but you don't think it's gonna hit the mark,
and especially if it's too expensive.
True.
If it comes out and it's an extra $300-$400 on top of your $500 console that you just bought, there's no way unless you're the 1% that you're getting that.
And so there's three. There's only 3 VR things out right now, or not out right now, but that are in the works right now, I believe. And that's Project Morpheus, Oculus Rift, and then Valve paired up with HTC to release one.
And see, that's another rumor that people are thinking about, is that we won't see Half-Life 3 until Valve's VR comes out, and then they pair that with VR. Yeah, which if you think about Half-Life, it's been at the revolutionary states in gaming. So that theory makes sense. I really hope not, because like I said, I would just love to sit down on the couch and play that game. So, anything else?
No, I think that's it for me.
Good.
I think we're excited for it. I know I am. I love E3. If you're a gamer like us, you love E3. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll go on to the wrap-up, and we'll get you guys out of here.
Yay!
Welcome back, guys. Thank you to our listeners out there who listened to all hour of our predictions. Now I'm going to let you guys know what our schedule is. So next week is obviously E3, as most of you know. And just like the other news outlets, we are also doing special coverage of it. Obviously, you're going to come to us because we're better than most news outlets, as you've heard from episode 1 and now this one. So how we're going to do this is on Monday, we'll have 15 and 20-minute reactions from the Microsoft press conference and the Sony press conference. Now, for the Microsoft press conference, we'll have the big three all together. We'll be talking and discussing it as quick as possible. But then for the Sony one, we're going to have to bench Joe. He's going to be riding the sidelines for this one. Joe apparently has a job.
Yeah, I mean...
that he has to go to.
If I don't, I get fired, so...
E3 job.
All these
excuses, I think the obvious answer is there. So anyways, we'll do our quick reactions to those two conferences. And then our Thursday show is going to be what we thought of E3 as a whole, what they announced, what games we're really excited for now, all that kind of stuff. So that will
the big E3 wrap up.
So that will be on the docket.
Yeah, that includes all the press conferences.
Yes, that are relevant to Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah,
we may touch on Nintendo like we did today, but so yeah, I'm really excited for next week. It's gonna be a lot of editing, a lot of work, but it'll be fun.
The fans don't care about your problems, Alex. Don't mention that.
That is true. Why would they care? So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good show. We'll do recommendations for this week. You want to start us off, Joe?
Sure. I only have one this week, and it's Mad Max Fury Road. That movie is incredible. Go see it. The editing, the soundtrack, the cinematography, the acting, everything about that movie is incredible. See it.
I would agree. Clayton, you got anything?
Yeah, I had one. I'm going to do just a quick mention on two just because I really enjoyed the first one. Go watch Pitch Perfect 2.
Hey.
It's fun for me. I really enjoy it. I'm always a fan of singing in a cappella just because I was that weird nerd in school that was like the boy choir guy. So Pitch Perfect 2, but then I just...
That's your one...
That's my first one, and then I really want to...
I have another one. I have two.
I don't care.
Okay,
I'm gonna keep going. I'm on a roll. And that is Spy with Melissa McCarthy, Jude Law, Jason Statham, and Rose Byrne. Like, it is... I went into it with low expectations, and maybe that's why it was even better, but I've heard great things about it, and I just saw it, and it was fantastic. Really funny, and all-around good movie. Check it out.
What am I doing this week? Watching Game of Thrones. If you watched episode 9 last week, you know the fever pitch of excitement I'm at.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was great. Thought it was phenomenal. Dragons, man. Spoiler. That's not a spoiler, but
nope.
Like dragons are just... And I think Stannis deserves to die in a hole. I hate Stannis now. It was awful. I never liked Stannis that much, but yeah, Thrones. The finale's coming up. Obviously, I don't need to tell you to watch it, but if you haven't given Game of Thrones a chance, please just do yourself a favor. Stop listening to this right now and go watch it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
wait.
All right,
it counted as a view for us anyway, so we're fine.
There's only like 5 minutes left. Don't stop. Just.
So no, Thrones is amazing. As probably everyone tells you. The other thing I'm doing is I'm reading Daredevil, the newest run by Mark Waid. Love the art style; it's phenomenal. I watched the Daredevil series on Netflix, and that really got me going. And Marvel had a sale on it, so I picked up like the first volume of it, and it's really cool, really phenomenal. If you want some more Daredevil, I would say go for it. The art style is really cool. He's in San Francisco. If you're a comic guy, I would say pick it up. And that about does it.
Now, I'm assuming if you guys remember, Alex's last podcast said that he can't read, so this must be full of pictures too. So you guys are going to love that. It might even be a pop-up style, so check it out.
My mom actually reads it to me. I just look at the pictures.
Nice.
All right. I think that about does it. Do you guys have anything else you would like to say to the nice fans?
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for your support.
This is awesome. I really hope that more and more you guys subscribe and start interacting with us. Hopefully, by this time next week, we'll be on iTunes. I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's...
Please, hopefully. iTunes gods. So yeah, you can find us on SoundCloud. If you're friends with us, we'll tweet it out and promote it and stuff like that. I'm working on the Facebook and Twitter pages. I got that coming and stuff like that. So we'll give you more stuff to like. We're on YouTube, obviously. I'll post it's just the audio, but if you prefer YouTube, it'll be on there. This week we'll actually be on Thursday.
Yep.
Which is nice.
And are you still posting to the IGN blog boards?
Yes, you can find us on the IGN blog boards as well. All right, that about does it. For Clayton Marty, Joey Iverson, I'm Alex Stadnick, and we'll see you next week for our E3 coverage on Game Till Dawn.